Hi, this is Robin. Let's see if I can get the lighting worked out. And my dog is barking. There, is that better? I have to wait a second. My dog Maverick loves to bark at everybody, every dog, every squirrel. He's a golden retriever. He's as sweet as he can be, but he likes to announce scar side. A cheerful heart is like good medicine, Proverbs 17:22. I wanted to check in with you because I had my last checkup, which would have been my third checkup. Let's see, June, September, January. So this is my third official checkup with Dr. Hessel at MD Anderson. Oh, here he comes. Let's just pray and get through it. I wanted to tell you about my last checkup and what we did. The checkup was included no blood test, but it was a very thorough ultrasound of, this is the side I had my tumor on and my surgery. So it was very detailed, that they went across all this, and they also did the next side as well. But it was clear, yay, so I'm still cancer-free and will continue to be. And then I met with Dr. Hessel. I told her physician's assistant, how they always come in first, that I was continuing to really not be able to do my neck exercises to help with all of the stiffening and scar tissue that can build up and shorten your neck muscles. And I said, because this side of my neck was also giving me fits, trying to work on this side. And I told her about going to PT already, and that it had not done any good, because this side of my neck was screaming at me. So the physician's assistant wrote out a very detailed physical therapy regimen and said exactly what she wanted them to do. Not the exercises per se, but exactly that I am in bad shape. She was not, she and Dr. Hessel both were not pleased at all with my lack of mobility and range of motion, and that it was bad is what they said, and that I needed to get some help. So she wrote out a very detailed physical therapy. So I came home, and that was one of the first things I did. Was I decided where I needed to go, and started physical therapy last week, and I'm already feeling somewhat looser when I go to this side. So that's good. And she wrote it for 3 times a week for 6 weeks minimal. Now my insurance plan covers 30 visits, so we will see how this all works out. And my physical therapist says she usually doesn't see people 3 times a week. It's usually just twice a week, but she felt like with the symptoms and the signs that I was showing, that she would make an exception for me and show me, see me 3 times a week. So if you have had this cancer and have had this surgery and then radiation, I would definitely make sure that you ask your oncologist, your doctor, surgeon, oncologist, to write out a detailed, well-written physical therapy prescription, and you find out where's the best place to go, and you get on it. Because it's now a year post-surgery, and I'm playing a little bit of catch-up. So we don't want to lose our mobility. What Dr. Hessel said would be that if I did and didn't get on this, that eventually my shoulder on surgery side would move forward, and that my head might, I might start, this gets shorter and shorter, which would draw your head in. And you only have so much time to make this not work. Scar tissue can really build up, and the muscles can really tighten up. So you want to make sure that's something that you really do post-surgery, post-radiation. Let's see, I wrote out some directions for what I wanted to say. Also, they were not happy to hear when I confessed that I had actually stuck a Q-tip in the inner side of my surgery ear. They said, listen, inside your ear canal is a little, you can't see that, is a little ring that goes around, and a Q-tip it's so brittle and so damaged that a Q-tip can make it collapse and crumble, and I guess that's something that can't be replaced. So she fussed at me for a little bit and tried to scare me as much as she could, gently, and said that an ENT needs to be the one to clean your ear. And they had already told me that, but I guess because this is a year post-surgery, I'm not following directions, she needed to tell me again. So I decided I would go here in town to a local, an ENT oncologist. Now, my expectation is that he will use some type of little microscope where he can clearly see inside and then go in there gently and pull out any wax that might be there. I have a friend that I met through this process and through this channel that has an appointment to see her ENT for the same reason, and she said that no one had really told her about this too much. She has ringing in the ear, and hopefully it's just from a wax buildup. I don't know. If anybody knows, you can post. She also had trouble with her larynx. She said her voice is cracking. I think it's bothering her a little bit in terms of being sore. But if anybody has had to deal with these things and you have found a good solution, maybe you can post to us. I'm having all kinds of extra noises today. I want to tell you, she wanted me to relay that after her second surgery and the radiation, that her eye, because you can have that facial nerve damaged to the point where you really can't move the muscles, or certain muscles may move and certain muscles may not move. Her eyelid would not close, so she was given something called a Blink EZ weight, and maybe she used that when she laid down to give her eye some relief, or I'm sure she used it at night, so because her eyelid wasn't closing. I will be going back in April for my next appointment, and that will include a CT scan because we need to get pictures, and then they're trying to lay off and do an ultrasound and then go back and do a CT and just go back and forth with those. So I'll have a CT report in April for you. I want you to keep my friend Jerry in your prayers and your thoughts and your warm wishes. Unfortunately, she had a submandibular, which is one of the smaller parotid or salivary glands that she was dealing with, and she has found out that it has traveled to her, sorry about the dog, it has traveled to her spine, and so she has been to MD Anderson for a second opinion, etc., etc. She's working on all of this, but you can imagine only that she is very anxious and worried. So we love you, Jerry, and we hope that all of this gets taken care of speedily and in total. So I guess that's it for now, and I will see you in the funny papers.